See, what is clear to me is not only is Corey a liar, but his whole entire platform is liars. And that bothers me. Because, bro, Corey, you had us under the impression for I don't know how long that the good sister was just lying on you when she said that you took your rusty hand and put it across her face for no good reason. Now, you may be saying in your own intellect and thought process, oh, well, she said something that made me mad, or I was in my feelings, or I was drunk. And you use that as somewhat of a scapegoat for your very cowardly actions. But Corey Holcomb, let me holler at you for a second. I ain't necessarily mad at you because you've proven yourself to be a lame through and through. Period. Once you put your hands on a woman for no just cause, which there can never really be a just cause, you are forever lame. And then you went a step further. Hear me now. You went a step further and recruited people to help you lie. So not only do you want to be a lame, but you want to be a lame with help. And I don't understand that. You're off-brand type of guy. And I personally am going to, matter of fact, I've spoken to the Chicago delegation. And Negro, we don't want to claim you no more. We are firmly asking you to turn in your 773 and 312 area code card. You can't be a part of us no more. Because you have literally taken your hand and put it across the face of a woman who is unable to defend herself. That makes you a grade A goofy. But I don't just have an issue with you, Corey Holcomb. I actually got an issue with that other sister, what's her name, Trina? That was sitting in between you and the light-skinned dude. Now, we ain't gonna talk about the light-skinned dude because I don't know his name, but you've marked him out so many times. You've talked to him like a straight-up goofball so many times. You've called his manhood into question so many times. I have no hold back. I have no sense of temperance when it comes to calling him a grade A goofy. Yeah, because you've shown us that he possesses all the qualities that makes him a PhD lame. Yeah, he's that. So we already know because he's a bootlicker and a butt kisser and a nut hugger. We already know he gonna go with what you say because you signed his check on that 5150 podcast. Now, I'm a small-time content creator. I got a very small operation over here. But Negro, let me tell you something. Chicago can't claim you no more. Don't come back here. Because you whooping women for no reason. Let me get back to Trina, the dark-skinned chick sitting on the end over there. Trina had the nerve to work in cahoots with you against her own sister, black sister, not blood sister, and made it seem as if she was lying and you was telling the truth about the fact that you slapped her. Now, this is what I got an issue with. As a woman, at what point did women give up on believe all women? You help me out with that. At what point did we say, forget, we gonna completely forego the believe all women aspect of womanhood? And we gonna not believe all women, just the men that we really like. On top of the fact that you had firsthand knowledge of this happening and then went on Corey Holcomb's show and made it appear as if the woman was telling a bald-faced lie. Help me understand that now. I don't understand. And before you try to fix your little black lips to say that you never said it, allow me to refresh in your memory. Because ain't nothing better than an attachment. Ain't nothing better than a receipt. Let me refresh your memory. I'm in the studio tonight, so I can get versatile with it. I can do a whole lot of stuff. I can show clips. I can do all that kind of stuff right here in the studio. Let me refresh in your memory for you. You goofy.
Trina is a talented comedian, and the awful bitch wants to drag Trina into this. What did the awful bitch text you the next morning? Are you willing to say what that was? You could get your phone out.
I looked this up. I just want to say this is actually pretty hilarious because when Kevin said,
now look, she about to start her lying right now. You see her sitting over there? You see her sitting over there next to the goofy dude in the skull cap, next to Corey's mistress right there, the albino looking chick. You see them? Yeah. All three, like this, it's a panel full of pitiful, goofy people. But let's keep going though. After having firsthand knowledge that Corey put his hand across this black woman's face in order to stay in the limelight and stay on the 5150 show, you sold your soul to the devil and acting like Corey did not do it. Let's hear what you got to say outside of your pitiful mouth.
Samuels died on Mother's Day, that was epic. But the fact that Corey Holcomb is being accused of being a woman beater and didn't beat a bitch ass, I think that's funny as hell.
That right there is priceless, what you just said, because this bitch is acting like I'm some out here dragging bitches on the ground.
I'm gonna be teasing.
He said she acting like he's somebody out here that's dragging people on the ground. My good man, you don't have to drag her on the ground. You drug your hand across her face, lame. Why don't you do the whole world a favor and take that hat off your head so we can see that brilliant bald spot directly in the middle? You look like you stink. You look like you've been musty for 40 years, for 40 days and 40 nights. You look like you smell. You look like the band of that hat you have on has mildew. We will never support a man putting his hands on a woman for any reason at all, period, short of saving his own life. And even then, you got to take it easy. See, you gotten too comfortable with calling people bees and hoes and all that extra stuff, and they just taking it because you able to mark out and punk out the people that sit on that little raggedy little platform with you, and they got to say, yes, a man, because you signing their paycheck. Well, guess what? I own all this, so I ain't got to agree with none you did. You need to go to jail, but not before we take you behind the woodshed and beat your head to the white meat. And it's not going to be hard because you already missing hair up there. That's why you got a hat on at every turn. You're goofy. Let's hear what your little dark-skinned side chick Trina got to say about this. Corey Holcomb.
You about this
Ooh,
forever.
let's hear it, because
I'm gonna blame your wrist.
This is a different kind of show. You and Craig.
Her teeth, and
I
he's
appreciate
supposedly
y'all.
in her.
But I have to protect myself with the truth. See, I talk.
See, now, look at the albino chick right there. Look at that really light, bright, clay face woman right there. Look at her. The one sitting right next to him. Who his ex-wife has proven to be his mistress. Of course, can't nothing good come out your mouth because you done had too much in your mouth. I get it. Y'all was faking love until you started messing with this Puerto Rican chick and she divorced him and found out that y'all was rolling around in the, Yeah. It's not a secret. So I know can't nothing good come out your mouth because you keep putting him in your mouth. That's why. So I don't expect you to be objective at all, period. Because you had the nerve to lay next to that musty, mildew hat wearing goofball. Yeah, you're goofy. And y'all deserve each other. We're not even going to address Mr. Light, bright, light-skinned man in the middle because Corey been marking him out for years. And I know your scalp stink because you got that darn skull cap on underneath all them lights inside that studio. I know your scalp got to stink. I know your scalp got to sound like a bag of chitlin juice mixed with cabbage. I know it got to stink. Lame. Back to Suge Avery over there on the corner. Back to Suge Avery over there, who has no sense of womanhood. Who has no sense of womanhood and would rather protect a paycheck in order to call it right and say that Corey did indeed assault that woman. And then put all of you up to lie about it. I don't understand that. We could never, ever again trust anything that Corey says because he is proven to be a liar by the releasing of this videotape. Now, I think it's strange, and I'm going to land my plane here. I think it's strange that you and Anton get into this big blowout, and before that, the tape couldn't get released because then nobody know where it was, who had it, And the moment you get into it with Anton, somebody put up a bag enough to uncover the tape and have it plastered across social media. See, this is how you know Corey, Holcomb, mildew cap, mildew hat, mildew scalp. This is how you know that you are boxing outside of your weight class. Because you have a group of yes people around you, don't mean that you ain't musty, and it don't mean that you ain't wrong. They just scared to tell you because they need that check. This is the I Swear Full Time Podcast.